Yo, what's good guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. So today we're reacting to the scumbag TikToker who faked Tourettes for clout. Bro, I tell you guys, clout is crazy. It's like at this point I think clout is better than money in this generation, because like you got clout, money's gonna come along soon. Pretty much everybody wants attention, you feel me? Like, so it's not. I'm not really surprised that they faked a disease, but personally, I would not want to fake a disease. I don't think it's cool because I want to be. I like being disease free. You feel me? Like I don't want to get sick. But yeah, if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, let's watch.
Emerald claimed to have suffered from Tourette's syndrome since the age of 6 or 7, a disorder which made her
Damn.
life incredibly difficult over the years, so she claimed. By mid-2021, at the age of 27, she was using her 500,000 follower TikTok account Ticks and Roses to raise awareness about Tourette's, whilst simultaneously promoting her yarn dyeing business.
Hi, this is Emerald with Stardust Fiber Studio. I am one of the owners. I also do awareness videos for Tourette's on TikTok.
However, it was with videos like the one we're about to show that began to raise suspicions about whether or not this specific TikToker actually had Tourette's syndrome, after noticing that her apparent condition felt forced or fake.
And I wanted to talk a little bit about wow. I wanted to talk wow.
Yo, I don't really know too much about Tourette's, so I don't know. I know some, but I'm not really too. I'm not an expert on this, but it's just I don't know if that's how you're supposed to act, because that kind of looks. If that's how people with Tourette's act, get well soon. But yeah, this lady, I don't know, it just looks different. I don't know why.
I wanted to talk a little bit about wow. Never mind.
When these suspicions were eventually confirmed to be true, Ticks and Roses was exposed brutally, eventually resulting in the permanent deletion of her account. This video will detail exactly how the internet came to discover that she was faking it, all beginning with a subreddit dedicated to the truth and an old Facebook livestream. We mentioned earlier that alongside her Ticks and Roses
digital
TikTok page,
footprint,
Emerald
bro,
also
like
ran a yarn dyeing business called Stardust Fiber Studio, which had its own Facebook page. On this Facebook page, Emerald would often host promotional live streams dating back to 2020, before her Tourette's TikTok had become popular in early to mid 2021. The bizarre part about one of these old live streams was that, despite apparently having Tourette's since the age of 6 to 7, during the entire 1 minute 54 second video, Emerald didn't tick, not even once.
Oh, you're supposed to tick.
Planting all of the little seedlings now. And he's finishing up with the broccoli right now, or cauliflower.
In the videos that were displayed on the Ticks and Roses TikTok page, she's often seen ticking once every 1 to 3 seconds, sometimes even more than that. Therefore, a full 1 minute 54 second old undeleted livestream in which she didn't tick once was certainly some interesting early evidence against the authenticity of her disorder. When the discussion of the Facebook livestream began to show up regularly in her TikTok comments, Emerald actually
did
had
she just throw in her food? I'm pretty sure, like, is this woman like mental somehow? Because bro, I don't know, man. Like, faking a whole disease, bro. There has to be something wrong with you. Like, I don't see. It's not
and would
fun.
even respond to a specific TikTok that had brought it up. You should check out her YouTube, Stardust Fiber Studio, and take note of how she doesn't have a tick in any of the videos. Maybe you'll think twice. To which she would respond, "Hey, so this is a comment I saw a lot and I wanted to clear up a few things," before explaining that the ticks didn't happen all the time and that it was possible for her to make short videos without any involuntary outbursts.
That's what
The excuse
everybody
was
says,
reasonable
bro.
and accepted by many, well, momentarily. Shortly thereafter, Reddit would uncover another full 54-minute live stream, again without a single tick, rendering her previous excuse slightly less believable. There were other pieces of similar evidence. For example, she'll post a TikTok titled "Nursery Rhymes with Tourette's," in which she couldn't get past the first line of reading without ticking, yet Reddit would find an example of her reciting a written poem for 2.5 minutes in an old clip without a single sign of even the slightest tick. The pattern was incredibly...
Bro, look, because if you're going to fake it, bro, at least, like, don't have any digital footprint. Because, like, I know I definitely have digital footprint online. I mean, I make videos, so there's no question to that. But if you're going to fake this, like, be somebody from, like, let's say some foreign country. You just came and, yeah, you just found a phone and started recording. That's probably how they can believe it, because they can't trace you But this lady already had like, come on, man, you're
On
terrible
her TikTok,
at
the
this.
tics were uncontrollable, yet in any other situation, they were non-existent. With evidence suggesting that her condition had been fabricated, Emerald felt the pressure to prove that her Tourette's was in fact real, at which point she would apparently go and see a specialist to get a proper diagnosis, uploading a video of her consultation to TikTok.
So I know you've all probably seen the chaos happening on my channel, so I wanted to show a little bit of my last
She's not
patient consultation.
ticking or twitching.
While Emerald likely assumed that this would silence the haters, so to speak, it really only did the opposite. Many were suspicious of the letter owing to a multitude of mistakes and oddities within the writing. For example, PTSD had been written twice in the list of past medical history. Why was it necessary to include that she was a very pleasant 27-year-old left-handed lady in the history of present illness? OCD with anxiety disorder is just flat out wrong. OCD is an anxiety disorder, and an anxiety disorder is not a diagnosis. It is
I tell you, bro, Reddit,
you would
these
have
guys
to say
are
generalized
crazy.
anxiety disorder,
These guys
disorder, or
are better than
unspecified or something.
detectives,
This
I
is not
gotta
how
say.
anyone would code or write this. The letter was
These internet detectives
suspicious.
are crazy.
However, to Emerald's
Guys
credit,
are
doctors
cool.
definitely have a reputation for being somewhat careless when it comes to writing. Perhaps the doctor was in a rush and put down PTSD twice without realizing. Maybe Emerald lacked wisdom when it came to life choices, yet I don't think she'd be dumb enough to print a fake letter without reading over it at least once. Mentioning left-handedness actually makes sense if you're a doctor who's aware that there are many genuine genetic and neurological differences between right and left-handed.
At least pay a doctor if you're making bread from this, you feel me? I don't support people faking diseases, okay? I'm just saying.
Legitimate diagnosis for a fake condition. Alternatively, perhaps she had simply written the letter herself in Microsoft Word or Photoshop, highlighted by one comment on the diagnosis letter video. Hey, no hate, just curious. I went to Virginia Mason in Seattle a few weeks ago, and my paperwork had a different logo on it. Did you go to a different one? An interesting thing that no one on Reddit seemed to pick up on is that the genuine Virginia Mason logo has a small TM placed after the name, yet the letter Emerald shows in the photo has no TM. And if you go onto Google Maps, search up Virginia Mason logo, filter to photos with a transparent background, and look at the first image, you'll see a logo identical to the one within the TikTok without the little TM as is shown in almost every other official version of the logo. With many assuming that the letter had been faked, she would then be trolled by people making their own forgeries of the document, such as this one, which read, "Patient, ticks and roses. Doctor, fictitious. Date of birth, who cares. Chief complaint, fraud." All of which completed in the exact same style as the original letter. After being
Internet's
completely and
crazy,
utterly
I'm
backed
not
into a
gonna
corner,
lie.
Ticks and Roses would disable comments on the video before deleting it days later. At the same time, she'd also delete everything from her Instagram page, with one Reddit post stating, "TAR has deleted all posts on their Instagram. Maybe?" Which was then confirmed by a comment reading, "Can confirm it, I don't see anything on their profile." However, many wanted further punishment.
This video
against
is so
Ticks and
eerie,
Roses.
it's like,
Specifically, they wanted the
it's
TikTok
mysterious,
account
you feel me?
deleted. Take down Ticks and Roses merch and platform. Read OneChange.org petition with over 2,000 signatures. This disease is
She had
not
millions
she's
for
clearly
this, I'm
finds it
pretty
funny
sure.
to fake it to gain clicks, followers, and even money. She's been selling merchandise for her own personal gain and fortune. As far as I and many others know, she's been faking Tourette's and many other illnesses, with proof me and others have found. Like I said in the first part, this illness isn't a joke. It's not quirky, it's not a game, it's a terrible disease with no cure, and she's been doing disgusting
Oh, he
things
has
to
no
profit
cure.
from it. Many went even further by commenting on how Ticks and Roses had impacted their life personally. I'm signing this because my husband suffers from Tourette's. Every day, his body does things that he does not want to do. It's embarrassing and it wears him out. This person is not doing this for awareness. They're doing this simply because their business has been profiting from the merchandise they make about their Tourette's, which she does not have. I'm asking any and all others to please sign this petition. Having tics is not a trend. Tics are not something to try and gain attention
Damn.
from. This person is disgusting.
Bro, I don't find it cool
By this
either.
point,
I
Ticks and
don't
Roses
see
wasn't
why
exactly
she's
popular
like
or well respected
ticking.
by those who once followed her content. It
Come
felt
on,
like it
bro,
was only
try to
gonna be
make
so
money
long until Reddit users
the
found
legal
a strong enough
way.
piece of evidence to put a stop to the antics altogether, or so they thought. Instead, they would find an old video which actually added credibility to Emerald, derailing the project in the short term.
My name is
Huntington
Emerald,
disease?
and I have Huntington's disease. It affects all aspects of a person's life. It causes movement disorders, such as involuntary jerking, impaired gait and balance.
I wouldn't be
difficulty
surprised
with
if she
speech
faked
and
this one
swallowing.
too.
In yet another
See, this is
old
why I have
Facebook
trust
live stream,
issues, bro.
Before her TikTok had blown up, at a time when she had less motive to lie, Ticks and Roses somewhat sincerely shared information about her experience with Huntington's disease, stating that one of the symptoms was involuntary jerking.
So yes, I have Huntington's disease. but Huntington's disease doesn't have me.
In addition to the video, Reddit users found an old
Oh,
Huntington's
maybe
disease fundraiser
she's
from October
maybe
2014
she's not
hosted by
lying.
Emerald, which stated Huntington's disease is something that affects my entire family. My grandfather was diagnosed and shortly after my mother as well. I'm doing this walk for my grandfather, for my mother, and for those in my family that have the potential.
See, why would you fake what's this disease again? Tourette's. Isn't that like autism or something? Or maybe I might be tripping. But it's probably not. Nah, I'm just chatty today. It's probably not. But why would she fake that? Like writing all this like stuff to to get sympathy from all of us. Why would she say that? Why would she be faking a disease for money, bro? You see, this is crazy, bro. Money is crazy. It's making people do all this
as well. While many on Reddit remain
I
skeptical
don't
in
know,
comments
man.
as
This
blatant
isn't
as,
cool.
I don't believe she has Huntington's disease. The video, in combination with the
like I just
2014
said.
fundraiser, gave her a pretty good case proving that she did in fact have the disease. However, people quickly discovered something else associated with this diagnosis that was extraordinarily fishy. In order to be diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome, you must have symptoms that are not the result of another medical condition such as Huntington's disease. Even if she does have tics, which is major doubt here, no doctor should be diagnosing her with Tourette's. Instead, any good doctor should be telling them that their tics, again major doubt, are a byproduct of their Huntington's. This basically meant that if she did truly have Huntington's, the case for her having Tourette's was now even weaker. However, there was still no rock-solid evidence proving that she was in fact a cold hard liar. But people
Bro, see, this is what I don't understand. Is this like, are these comments are like almost trying to help her? Like, yo, you're not sick. You don't have Tourette's. That's the theme I'm getting from all these. Cause, bro, honestly, I do not want to be sick in any way. I wish myself good health.
Was
I
still
don't know why
one
this
place
lady's
from which the
wishing
truth could
bad
be
stuff
found,
to
her
herself.
family themselves. In the fundraiser from 2014, Emerald mentioned that Huntington's disease is something that affects my entire family, also mentioning that she had a 14-year-old sister. Well, this specific sister would discover the Reddit thread after it had gained international attention, after which she would shatter the wall of lies that Emerald had been hiding behind as her TikTok grew larger and larger.
Ooh, it'd
On
be
the
your own
31st of
family,
May,
bro.
2021, a user by the name of Jade4101 would make a post to the subreddit titled "Introducing Myself and the Truth," which contained the following message.
Oh, so
Hey
eerie.
everyone, I recently found out about everything going on. I wanted to clear up some misconceptions and share my part. I am Emerald's sister and we grew up together. Although we were raised non-denominational Christian, my mother, who is an amazing woman, and I have always been supportive of Emerald and miss them dearly. We have always accepted them. They cut communication with us. We have tried to reach out, but they no longer wish to have contact with us, and we haven't talked in years. I'm just commenting in hopes of clearing up misinformation. Also, my grandpa does have Huntington's. It's late onset, which means it doesn't show up till late in life. My grandpa is currently suffering from the side effects and is not doing well. It's very sad. My mother has it too, but is not yet showing symptoms, thankfully, and I have not been tested. Lastly, I do not believe Emerald has Tourette's syndrome and never showed any symptoms as a child. They are mentally ill.
There we
I love
go.
my sister, I always will, and I wish them the best, but I don't agree with what they have done. It's incredibly disrespectful to fake a mental illness for any reason. I'm extending my sincerest
That's a
apology
nice
to everyone
sister.
their
See,
actions
that's a
have hurt,
W
although
person,
I know
man.
It's not my apology to give. I do wish for Emerald's safety. All I ask is respect and privacy for my parents and grandparents. And if you don't believe me, I'm happy to answer any questions you all may have, as long as they're not disrespectful.
There we go.
The post
That
received
closes
over
the case.
400 responses from those desperate to get an
That
insight
closes
into the unique psyche
the
of an
case.
individual who would fake a disorder for TikTok. Do you know why Emerald might have fabricated all this? Did they have
Is
a
it? I
tendency
think
to
it's a
want to
mental
teach
illness,
regardless of
honestly,
being
you
good
feel
or
me?
bad? Honestly, I'm unsure why Emerald would fabricate this. I was kind of in shock when I first heard about everything. But yes, they do have a history of fabricating stories or stretching the truth, so to speak. Do you know why they cut communication with you? I'm not exactly sure. I've tried reaching out to them to talk about it, but they never reply. One day we were no longer friends on Facebook and they stopped talking to me. I think they thought me and my mum were unsupportive of them, but we really did support them and love them to the fullest. If I did do something wrong to hurt them, I only wish we could have a conversation about it. My own experience with this behavior is that you know the truth, therefore you're dangerous to their delusion. However, it would be when Emerald herself commented on the post that everyone knew the game was well and truly over.
What did she
My
say? Let me
diagnosis that
guess.
I've gotten in adulthood you cannot speak on, as we had no contact, and do not blame my partners. You say that this has been hard for
Yo. I don't really know about like Tourette's or anything like that, but I'm just like, I'm kind of confused. Like, does it come in like, does it start from any age? Because if it starts from like any age, like there's a possibility, because I mean, honestly, if her sister, bro, it's your own family member, and this woman said from age 6 to 7. Like, now I can't even believe you. I don't even trust anything she has to say. Like, wow, like, I don't know, bro. I'ma just say it's a mental thing, because you can't be saying the truth and have your own sibling prove you
And
wrong.
that was never my
Like,
intent.
that's
I started
different.
awareness because I never wanted anyone to be ashamed as I was. This visceral hatred has been hard for me. It caused my children's school to be called because someone said lies and they tried to take my children. They're afraid to go to school now. It's caused my car to be trashed. It's caused me to be spit on in public because I wanted to help people. The money I received, I donated. I volunteered with the Tourettes Association of America. I did public outreach. I was interviewed for a person's thesis. I was interviewed for a podcast, but I asked them not to air it out of concern for them. The messages I got from people saying their child wasn't afraid to go to school anymore because of me changed their life. Or a woman saying her husband finally saw a neurologist and getting help. I met friends who had the same experiences as me, who made me feel seen. Now I've closed down everything Tourette's related. I've given up, you all win, and I'm back where I started, living in shame of being different. Please just leave me alone now. A day later, the Ticks and Roses TikTok account was deleted permanently. 3 days after that, she would address the deletion on her alternate business page in a video which conveniently featured absolutely zero ticks.
Hey, I was not planning to address this anymore because addressing it has not fixed it. I was literally bullied off the internet. So I do not do awareness for Tourette's anymore, regardless of the fact that I do have a clinical diagnosis. So I'm spending my time on my
Hold
yarn
on.
business.
Wait, what? Like, I mean, this guy is right. I mean, why aren't you twitching? I mean, or ticking? I'm not even trying to like be funny or anything, but yo, the other videos, bro. Anything she'd say, she'd say a little word, then she just shakes. Like why? I don't know, bro. Like, some people are so manipulative. You feel me? Like, that made me feel so like sad. You feel me? Like, the way she wrote that, and I'm like, yo, you really fake this? Kind of like, you're crazy, man.
And
Like,
on my religious group, and I just want to live my life, and yeah.
Emerald continues to post photos for her yarn dyeing business to her Instagram account Stardust Fiber Studio. However, she hasn't shown her face on camera since the deletion of Ticks and Roses, showing that perhaps, just maybe, she's learned somewhat of a lesson from this incredibly embarrassing experience.
I hope so, man. I hope so. You feel me? Like, that's I don't ever want to fake a disease, man. I hope I'm in good health. But yeah, you guys tell me what you thought about that. You feel me? Yeah, if you made it this far, thank you, and have a nice day.